We're
All
live.
right. Hey, what's going on? It is Nicole Smith Jackson, Pink Millionaire here. And just like we share, we're here live and we are talking to some work from home bosses, right? And we're going to get some exclusive strategies from them on how to they like ditch their 9 to 5. We're going to hear their stories. We want to hear the challenges. We want to hear the wins. This is going to be a very, very real broadcast. You want to go ahead and like, tag, and share this with some women who say that they want to also maybe, at some point in their life, earn an above average income. Just briefly, I got some superstars with me. I have the pleasure of knowing these two ladies and, it's an honor when you run into some real women who not only want to win, but they also want to see other people win. And so I'll just share brief about my story. My name is Nicola Smith Jackson. And 12 years ago, I was an overworked hairstylist who totally was looking for something new. I needed something because I was exhausted, 12, 14-hour day work schedule, and I had 3 children, and one of my sons who had never walked a day in his life had cerebral palsy, and then now here I was pregnant with the 4th child. For me, my family meant so much because before all of that, I had buried 3 children, and so me wanting to be home with my children was a dream, but it seemed like it was far fetched from what I was doing. Now, fast forward, we've been able to earn a significant income over the time being and been able to, meet a lot of great people. But all I can tell you is that it wasn't easy. This is the thing, is that you got to choose your heart, right? And this may have not been easy, but it's so much more fulfilling. I am happy. I am not worrying about money. I'm able to cook breakfast for my family. Right now, dinner is already ready while I'm here, and we're going to talk about, they're going to eat their curry chicken, that some jasmine rice, and some collard greens, right? And I did all that. I did a lot of work today, and so yeah, and I get to do it from home. That was my dream. And so I want to introduce to you 2 amazing women. And one of them, I can remember meeting her a few years ago. And the thing is that this young lady is a millennial. We started talking about millennials. I mean, I don't know what that is. When they told me, I'm like, do I look like a millennial? Well, then I'm one too. Okay. Just if I look like one, I'm one too. Even though I have kids that are millennials, so I don't think I can be one. But this young lady is a super rock star. I can remember meeting her for the very first time. And at that time, she was working a job. She was working a 9 to 5. I'm not going to tell her story. She's going to tell her own story. But she did her thing. She did her thing. She did it right, like the American way. And now she's doing her thing, working from home, have, earned an above average income, multiple 6 figures over the time she's been in this industry. But more importantly, she's doing the right thing with her money. And I'm so proud to know her, very excited. And her name is Danielle Smith. She is not my cousin. She is not my sister. Her name is Smith by marriage, right? And my name is Jackson by marriage, because some people think it's a setup. So we got to tell the truth. We got to clarify some stuff. Like, who was that? So go ahead, Danielle Smith. Welcome to the broadcast. A lot of people are logging in. You want to like, tag, and share this. And I want to talk to Danielle. Where are you? What's all that on the screen in the back there? What's that?
Well, I'm currently in Huntsville, Alabama. I just traveled down to work with some of my business partners in the area. So I'm sitting at my business partner home in her kitchen, and this is her work board. That's got her goals written down on her board.
She has it going on. I was watching exactly. I was watching some show on the way back from LA, and they had this board, and some people were spying on them. It's called Billions. Have you ever seen that before? Billions. I don't know. It's just I know that's where I'd like to go one day. So I was like, let me see what they do. So they had this thing, and I was like, this watch Billions, but tell me right now about, tell us about your story. How did you start working from home? What did you do before all of this?
So before being introduced to the network marketing industry and being able to work from home, I was actually working from home, but in corporate America. I was a fraud investigator for a local bank in the metro Atlanta area. I tell people I didn't hate my more income. At the end of the day, like you said, I followed the American dream, go to school, get a good job, but they didn't tell me that good job wasn't going to pay me enough to even be able to pay back for the education that I actually gained. And so I have an undergraduate in accounting, a master's in logistics, and I even, because I couldn't find a job, I didn't have the experience. I entered or exited college at the time where the market was down. So finding a job was very, very hard. You just kind of had to take what you could get and, pray that you could climb the corporate ladder and get to that income that you desire. So always dreamed of earning six figures, and I don't know if I ever would have reached that in corporate America. But when this was brought to me initially, just be honest, I was skeptical. Never done anything like this before, so I'm like, yeah, this is not for me. But it was presented to me a second time, and I'm so grateful that I, went ahead and took a look that second time and actually got started. It allowed for me to come out of corporate America within 5 months. Not saying that's going to be everyone's story, right? Because you got to have the grind. You got to have the work ethic. You got to be hungry. And I was hungry back in 2016. And I came off that job, set some goals. Because we do earn above average income, sometimes, as you've taught us, money doesn't come with instructions. But I've always been extremely frugal. So when I didn't have money, I knew how to budget and make it stretch. So I just still use those same principles. I didn't let the above average income get to my head and start doing, crazy things with the income. I started to set goals. And so paid off over $80,000 in student loan debt, have purchased multiple properties, and have just really set it up so that I can truly enjoy this lifestyle from home and never have to return to corporate America, because I don't ever want to go back.
Wow. I mean, so since you started working from home, you were able to purchase multiple properties. Were you a homeowner prior to working from home?
I have owned real estate before, but I didn't have a primary mortgage loan. So I've had loans to go and do investments, but I acquired my very first primary home mortgage loan after becoming a part of the company, building up my income and being able to actually have some money to put down on the house.
Wow. So you actually had money to put down. And so there are some people, I know we'll talk about obviously preparing. It takes money, it takes credit, it takes other things to prepare to purchase a home. But then you didn't only pay off student loan debt, which that probably could have been something to stop you from getting a home if you couldn't have handled some of that. And then also, what about buying multiple property? Now you have property that's earning income for you, additional income.
Yes.
Okay. All right.
Yes, well, that's so Georgia, and turn that into an Airbnb.
Okay. Oh, so now you Airbnb now. Okay. So, all right. Now, so listen. So this is a question I have, because when we start talking about working from home, I know when I first started working from home, because my family was so used to me going out, and I was gone from the house most of the day and until it would be the weekend. And sometimes I'm too tired to even, have fun with the family. You're stretching, you're pushing yourself. I started drinking coffee and didn't ever even like coffee, right? Because but now I love coffee, right? But I literally didn't have the energy for my family. And so when I started working from home, some of the challenges I had is they thought I became the nanny, the maid. I became like, they're like, oh, she home, let's just use her up. I'm like, no, my clients were doing that well enough, okay? Listen, I'm doing a real business. How is it from going from an entrepreneur, from an employee to an entrepreneur? And do people even take it serious, right? Sometimes people are like, she is playing games. Did they even really take it serious? And if they did in the beginning, tell us about that. And if they didn't, when did they start taking it serious?
So I could definitely share my immediate circle, family and friends did not take it serious. Even had family members telling me, you're doing a scam. They job, wait a minute, all your benefits and all these things you're giving up. Are you sure you want to do that? These type of things don't last long. Like, I was getting a feedback for the decisions that I was actually making. But then once I transitioned from home, everyone kind of was like, well, do you have some extra, or can you help here? People wanting to go to lunch in the middle of the day. And I'm like, if it's not a business lunch, I don't have time. Like one of the things that you taught us is have a calendar. Like I have a tight schedule, and if business, I don't have time. Not right now. I'll fit it in when I can. So people kind of just taking advantage of your time. They feel like, oh, you work from home, you ain't doing much. I can stop by, let's chit chat and all those things. So I could definitely say people around me didn't take down when I work from home. I go in my office. My husband don't keep the kids over there. I need quiet time. I'm doing some webinars and things of that nature. So they really do respect it. But the cool thing about what we do is we still can involve our families. So now with the boys, they may come in like, what are you doing? I'm like, well, come on, and be able to even share them with my team who have became family. So now they're also a part of the family. So that's the cool thing. Once you get everybody on board and they understand it's a real business, it becomes a real family business.
Yeah, and when people start hearing that word business, it gets really scary for some people. I don't know. You're earning above average income, but did you start off saying that's what you were going to do, or did you just want to earn, a little extra money to kind of close in the gap, or at what point? Because it sounded like you said you were skeptical about this too. So at what point did you realize that, okay, this can go a little bit further? And, for some people, they're like, I don't want it to go further. I love my job. I just want to have some shopping money. I just want to have some money so that, I can take nice vacations. People might have the idea, well, I want to travel to Egypt, but my income right now with paying for, childcare or college for kids or, all those things, I can't afford to do that and maybe do a $10,000 trip to Egypt. Some people may just want to do something like that. But at the end of the day, at what point did you realize that it could be something bigger than what I even imagined in the beginning?
One of the things about social media is it allows you to see your memories. So what you used to share on Facebook or social media, and one of the things I always see is the stuff that I dreamed about and I wanted, I was speaking that and posting that on Facebook. So I've always had the dream of time freedom. I always knew I wanted to. I'm a mom that's going to be able to be at home with their babies because I came from a single parent household where my mom, had us very involved as kids, but she had to work several jobs to make sure that she could keep us. She missed out on a lot of activities. And as a kid, you may not realize it, but definitely as an adult, you're like, wow, a lot of time was missed. And for children, they spell love, Time. I wanted to have that time to, if my kid was in soccer, basketball, cheerleading, I could be there and not feel like, oh my gosh, I got to go to work, so I have to miss an event, send a family member, or maybe even have no one there to support my child. So I knew, I'm not going to say I came in saying, okay, I want to make this amount of money, but I can definitely say I always wanted time freedom. And so I just came in, I saw other people having success. That's what we do to sell. If you see all these people let me just see what they're doing and really follow the system. And that's exactly what I did. It ended up paying off big time in the long run. And now even being able to just be free. Freedom, like I don't even think I really put a price on it. The freedom part, income is just a bonus.
Yeah, I can tell you this. You say you want to be free. It sounds like you don't want nobody telling you what to do. And so at the end of the day, right? This is the thing. I can tell you this. Some people probably watching this saying, bye, Felicia. Isn't that what Michelle Obama said? Bye. Yeah. It is not all that good, right? Like, come on now. It can't be all that good. I see those people trying to work from home and a bunch of people just not making it. What would you say might be the difference of how you were able to make it? I mean, I would never think someone can do something extraordinary or big change in 5 months. I had some change in 5 months. I brought my work ethic. Hey, you work 12 to 14 hours in the hair salon. If you got to even work 8 hours doing something else, that seemed good, right? And then I was earning more money. So that's for me. Mm-hmm. But when you start thinking about women or even men, whoever's watching, and they're like, I hear all the good, but what about the downside? What about the challenges? Or more importantly, how can I do that? Like Is there a system? Is there something that no matter what my success was before, that I can follow some steps? And I'm very systematic. And when I don't see a system, I don't know, I kind of lose my mind because I feel there everybody can't win, right? And so, but when you know, what do you think helped you become successful in that amount of time? Because some people are like, what are they talking about? We talking about working from home. Don't you see the thing scrolling across the bottom? Is they work from home. That's what we're talking about. Working from home and starting to earn an above average income. And no matter what you're doing, we're talking about the freedom. We're talking about what, but what about the price you got to pay for freedom?
It definitely comes with a lot of, it comes with a lot of sacrifices. I'm not going to pretend like it's extremely easy. It's a cakewalk. You sign up and you're just going to be a superstar overnight. It takes a lot of work, a lot of personal development. I highly recommend for anyone to have a coach, especially in an industry like this. You can't come in if you've never done anything like this and just expect to have success. Your success prior to means absolutely nothing. And I do think some people come in, especially those who have been educated or even have been working in corporate America a lot of times, sometimes they come in with a chip on their shoulder. That was never me, because I guess I never even worked in my industry that I studied in. So I knew my degrees meant nothing. And I knew the debt that I acquired to get those degrees and wasn't even feeling like I was being paid enough for all the hard work that I put in to, keep a 3-point whatever GPA and graduate with all these honors. And it translated over to nothing when I thought about corporate America. So I could definitely share, if you are one of those people that say, well, I got the degrees, that means nothing. You gotta I'm not gonna say forget everything you learned, but just understand having a degree is not going to translate over to this industry. You got to be willing to kind of die down, be willing to be a student all over again if you acquire pretty good at studying and being taught things. And so be okay with listening and learning all that you're going to need to know in order to be able to be successful in an industry like this. I can definitely share. When I got involved with this, I was in a different relationship. So it's important to have people on board with your goals, revisiting your goals, not only personally, but even as a family. At any time, if someone is not on board with your goals, it could cause distraction, it could cause friction, it could cause problems. And sometimes people will run from the problems or will drop everything and say, oh, this business is creating all these problems. I'm just going to put the business to the side and work on this. And I think especially as a woman, we are very good at multitasking, and I want us to realize we can have it all, and we do deserve it all. And there is a way, but you just got to be able to play team. And so as we're building a team in network marketing, it's very important to have a team at home as well that's supporting your goals, that's pushing you, and just having everybody on board. And then again, as a woman, just realizing we can have it all. Don't let anyone distract you from your goals. Don't feel like you have to give up one thing for the other. That was one of the big things that I learned from you. Such an amazing coach. Nicole, so much for everything I tell you all the time. Ultimate mom, wife, everything. Like, you're everything. I'm just grateful that I've been able to have you a part of my life through all of the transitions that I've literally been through. So thank you. I'm about to tear up, Lord.
That we'll talk about in the standpoint of, like, you just build like a family, right? Because life challenges are going to happen regardless. And that's what people think, that all of a sudden, once you change your career, once you decide you want to do something bigger and better, that all the challenges just go away. But the thing is that now you have people who support you, people who really want to see you win. And, I love it. I thank you guys for all of the great accolades, but, Robert, who's my husband, he might be saying, okay, well, when is that curry chicken gonna get on the plate? And I'm be like, boo, I cooked it, so just go put it on the plate. It's right there, right? No, I'm just joking. I love to serve my family. That is one of the things I wanted to do. I always wanted to be able to serve my family. I love to cook. And when I was cooking before, I wasn't having the time to do it the way I wanted to. It was like I'm cooking it during breakfast just so that they can have a meal. Now I can take my time, and I can, the love is in there. Yeah, because I'm feeling better about what I'm doing. I'm calling my own shots. And that makes you a better team player. whether it's, because sometimes when you're so stressed out with your life, you bring that everywhere else you go. And so that you're not able to be a great team player, and you're trying to pretend that, oh, it's the business, but it's really you, right? It's really you. Things that you got to fix, things that you're tolerating, you don't want to tolerate anymore. I was there. So what I want to do is go into the idea of working from home. Now you're not working out and about anymore. You get to go. Now you're expecting a bambino. You are beautiful. You're happy. And it's not perfect, but it's just better. And I love when Eric Worre said it. It's not perfect. It's just better. It's better because if you want to write your own check, if you got a goal, you can calculate. This is what I need to do. This is what I can do. This is what me and my team need to do. I can get on the road, or I can stay home. I can do my web, whatever you got to do, and you can write your own check. That is freedom. That is freedom. So I thank you so much. We're going to be coming back. You guys love this. I don't know. Can we see some hearts on this thing? I don't know how this thing works. We're trying this new technology. Right. It looks like we're doing pretty well. And I'm going to go on over to, yes, I'll go on over to ATL. My girl, Danielle Smith. I mean, rock star, amazing leader. I'm just so proud. I'm so proud to know you, and very excited about that. We look like we successful on this first thing here that we using, by the way. It look like we successful. So look like we doing. It must be getting a little late, because you know how I start getting a little like this. So I want to go right on into ATL via Jersey. This young lady right here, I've known her for some years, but more importantly, I could remember there was a time in her life where her husband was the main breadwinner, and he had some health challenges, and she was a stay-at-home mom with the kids, and she's like, listen, I need to earn some more money. I don't want to just be a burden. There are some women that we want to stay at home, and we had the dream of Miss Cleaver, right? Leave it to be that. We watched those shows, and we just hope that we could put on. And I was watching this show called The Women Who Made America, The Women Who Make America, and it was a documentary on how far women have come. I don't know if women know that this is the century, 100 years since women even have been able to vote. And back then, a woman's best asset was working from home. You went to college to go find your husband. And you that's what you went to college for, not to go get a degree. You get the degree just in case you got to go to work, but you really went to college to go get your husband. And now when you decided that, and if you didn't get no husband by a certain age, people looking at you sideways, right? So now we have women who are saying we want to work from home, but we want to assist as well. And so Danielle Carlton, who's done this and has done an astounding job with it, and again, going through the challenges, I want you to share your story with us, and then also tell us, maybe how did you start really making money from home? Because you were already from home. You want to be that soccer mom and all that other kind of stuff. I'm a basketball mom. You want to be a soccer mom. I don't think your kids play soccer, do they?
No, that she did for one season and quit.
One season. So you want to be the shock. Okay, well, you the cheerleader mom then.
We cheer mom.
Okay, so
all the cheer mom right now.
Yeah, cheer mom.
Exactly.
So tell us, before all of that, I remember the conversation, and this is the thing, the things that happen behind the curtains, and then people see you start having success. You're on your company stages, both of you guys, you earning multi six figures from the career. You are, now being able to do a lot of things you probably couldn't do before. And we know that there were some challenges. There's always a story that kind of push you into making a decision that say, what I'm doing now is not working the way I wanted to work. It has to be some other options, and I'm going to take a chance and bet on myself. So tell me about that, your story, and maybe some challenges that you've had along with getting to this point.
Sure. So, hey guys. So, my name is Danielle Carlton. When I got started with this opportunity, it was very challenging time for my family and I. We were going through some things financially. Like Nicola shared with you guys, my husband had became ill. He was the main breadwinner. So, imagine being a helpmate and not being able to support your family, help support your better half. My husband was actually working like 75 to 85 hours a week to provide for us, and he became ill. And so the opportunity came at the right moment. And, I'm a mom of four. I was juggling a lot of things, but I definitely wanted to help. So when I got in this opportunity, when Nicola told me I could do it, I was like, are you sure about this? And at first, when things come and knock at your door, you be like, you play with it. At first, I was playing with it. And, she was, throwing herself out there to help me. And I was like, taking my time, and she was like moving on with her time, and I'm like, hold on, wait a minute. And I saw other people be successful, and then I said, you know what, let me get laser focused, because this is something I actually need. I wanted to, like you said, be that soccer mom, be little lacrosse mom. My son was playing lacrosse at the time. I wanted to put the minivan. I always wanted to drive a minivan around. So then, that was the ideal life. But I was living the life, but not living it comfortably, not living it happily. And that's a big difference. So the opportunity came at the right time. Nicola put the system and the training in front of me. I got to work. I started connecting with other moms. It's so crazy, because you'll be surprised how many other moms out there that are looking for an opportunity to be home and get that time freedom as well. And so that's exactly what I did. But there was some challenges, like, Nicola said, even though I was a stay-at-home mom before, I was a stay-at-home mom eating bonbons, right? But now it's like you have to get to work. And so the time management, trying to juggle, okay, I have to sit still, do this, and still, do, like you said, have dinner made, juggle practices. So I think the first challenge for me as a stay-at-home already was to try to really discipline myself to buckle down and get to work. I always say that your kids are your biggest support system, but they're also your biggest, critics, So if I said I was doing this, they don't let me fall off, because they're going to say, okay, well, what are you doing? So they was my biggest support system. They were my why, but they were also the ones pushing me, like when I was falling short, like, what you doing? And so this business has really, really, really changed, everything for me and my family. I became a six-figure earner. When I first got started this opportunity, I was like just trying to make $500. So to fast forward, make over six figures, it was like mind blowing for me. I never thought I could do it, but thank God that I did it, and I got the job done.
Yeah, I'm telling you. Yeah, that's what we do. Get it done. And this is the thing. You like, get it done. Because ladies, gentlemen, whoever is watching, I don't know. I can't see you. I think you only can see me. What this is about is people who have something going on in their life that they wanted to change. They were courageous enough to go and change it.